today I'm going to be trying to figure out the death order based off of like the 1 minute clip that we have. So first we have to know who everyone is in the group. You should know. It depends on like if you are really here for like the Empire's SMP type of people or if you're here for the Escape the Night title. I dabble in Empire, so I know quite a bit about these people. So Lizzie, everyone knows Lizzie, I think. I think that is like she and Trisha are like the number one most wanted people in the show. And so she's in it, and so is her husband, and she seems to be playing some sort of like psychic role, and I think that's going to be like part of the plot, and we can talk about that a little more later. So yeah, and then Joel's going to be in it, and I don't know what he is. I don't know his role. He is wearing this like really fancy suit. It looks really good. So then there's Catherine, Shubble, Flip, and Megan, who all seem like they don't really have a role that's very obvious, but I mean, everyone has roles. I just don't really know what theirs are or have like an idea. And then there's Scott, who seems like he's some sort of like investigator. Like he had that spyglass, and it seems like there was a few scenes where he was like talking to people privately, like one-on-one to try to like get them, like Minecraft story mode style, which Lizzie was in, huh? And then there's freaking Bertha. It seemed like she was going to be part of the cast, and it would have made sense because we were already struggling for people. There was going to be 9 people based off of that promo we got. And by the way, the promo, I figured out who everyone was before it was announced, and I just wanted to brag about that a little bit. I feel really cool. So Bertha is going to be playing this Sarah type character, like the maid from season 1, I think, because there's scenes where everyone is talking, like Joey's like, "Hey everyone, welcome to my estate," and she's not there, and that's not because she died already. That is like way early, and she's in this maid outfit. I'm pretty certain that she is going to just be like the helper. And she's like kind of like in the background of a few scenes. It's a little weird. There's this one scene with I think it's Catherine and Megan, and it seems like they're in a challenge, and Bertha's there. So that's like sort of like a helpery kind of thing to do, unless she's also in the challenge, but it didn't feel like that. She also doesn't have any like lines. So I really think the only reason she was in the promo is because she's a YouTuber. So they just kind of, and it also feels empty. So they wanted to like try to fill it out. So to the death order, I think first that Shovel is going to die because there's this scene where Lizzie's talking about this prophecy.
Let me just say, not all my prophecies come true, but this one, it looks pretty bad.
And so I think that is implying that since the prophecies come true, the prophecy was probably something like, there will be a death, whatever, something ominous. And so then that prophecy comes true. And it turns out that Shovel died because everyone else is there in that group when she's saying that. And she really doesn't have that many scenes in the trailer. So it just really feels like the only scenes that she's in is when everyone else is there, or at least you could think that everyone else is there and they're just kind of like not standing in shot. So then I think that Megan's going to die, because that's where Megan and Catherine are in the challenge. But I don't think that scene's a trick, because ETN, Escape the Night, has spoiled death before, like Colleen and Lele in the trailers. And so I think that this is just one of those things to try to like build hype a little bit. And also, she was in the very back of that poster, like really kind of like small and hidden. And so it just doesn't seem like she's going to play that integral of a part in the season. And after they're in that challenge, there's a lot of scenes where Catherine is like still with the group, and like she's in these like smaller groups where it seems like it's further down in the series. And Megan doesn't really have that. So I think that no matter how it plays out, Catherine lives through that and Megan dies. Then third, I think Lizzie's going to die. And I know that everyone hates that because we all want Lizzie to live. I want Lizzie to live. But let's be real for a second, because Lizzie is not very good at these things. Like all of those hardcore-ish type of series that she has with all of the Empire people, she she struggles, okay? And we all love her, but this is not her thing. She's not very good at this. And I think the only reason that she's very prominent in the trailer is because obviously, like, everyone loves Lizzie, and we all want her, and it's literally like she is so requested that I think she's just edited in more than everyone else. There's clearly this thing where they know that somebody's evil, just like in season 1, or they think somebody's evil, but somebody's probably not evil. They're gonna blame her because she was the one who had this like vision or prophecy or whatever you want to call it. And so since she did that, they're probably gonna like Bruno her and be like, ugh, well, since you did that, it's definitely your fault. Like, that's not how that works. It's just similar to how when Justine won the challenge, everyone was like, oh, well, yeah, you are the killer. So yeah, I think that's when she's gonna die. And so I feel pretty good about the death order up until here because there's this one scene where there's Flip, Joel, Scott, Catherine, and Joey. And they're just talking, but it really feels like that's like the last 4, and I'm pretty confident about that. From there, we don't get any smaller groups in the trailer, so it's all kind of like guesswork a little bit. But 4th, I think that Flip's gonna die because he has that drama going on with Catherine.
Catherine, you've told us nothing other than your name. Why are you worth saving?
Flip has a backpack full of secret things that he's not sharing, so we don't know if he's hiding anything.
And I think that the people who are left are probably closer to Catherine than with him. And also in Escape the Night, one girl lives, and he said that it's not really intentional or something that they like plan out, but it is something that's going on in the back of all of their heads as they're playing. It's like, you don't want to have all of the girls die in a row. That's a little ridiculous because so far in my order that I have, no boy has died, and I really think that that order is true. So I think that they're gonna start to take Catherine's side and probably vote him out, and then after him, 5th death, actually the last death, there's really not that many people. I think that Joel's gonna die, and I think the survivors will be Catherine and Scott. And I don't know exactly why. I really think Flip, Joel, Scott, or Catherine could win, but I think that his wife is dead, so he probably lost the motivation. Scott especially, he is like very good at this type of stuff. Like, this is his exact type of thing. He's very good at like the puzzly type of stuff. This is literally his game, and he wins. There's no doubt in my mind that Scott doesn't win. And I think that Catherine wins, but that's kind of just a guess. But I'm very, very confident that Scott lives. There's no way he doesn't. And also with his character being like this investigator, it doesn't seem like one that you want to kill off. And the roles seem like they are more important than they were in like the seasons. It's because of Lizzie's prophecy, which is like really plays into the game a little bit. And I think Scott going off on side talks with these people is also going to play into it. And I think they're just going to want to keep him around because he's the one who's trying to like figure this out and probably has already figured some stuff out. I did my list, whatever. And obviously Joey's going to live. I guess I'll say that. But I have a few complaints or worries about this season. When the Escape the Night trailer was being promoted, everyone was really hyped up, and we were all like, oh my god, they're gonna do another season of Escape the Night, only for it to be that like 3 or whatever minute short or trailer they called it, where they were really just asking for your money. I worry that this is going to be that over again, because when they were promoting the comeback, the return of Escape the Night, we really should have thought like, hey, they haven't had enough time to make this happen yet. How did that work? Because recently, just before that, Joey was like, oh, there's no companies picked up our project yet, so nothing's going to happen for a while. And then out of nowhere, he was like, oh, here's something. And now I worry about that again with this, because I think that this came in development fairly recently. And so I don't know how much time went into this. Like, clearly there's a project here that is done, but like, is it going to feel like Escape the Night? Is it going to be a 10 episode season, or is it going to be like a 40-minute like version of Escape the Night? Especially with the smaller cast, it's going to not. I worry that it's not going to be what we are expecting. And the other thing is that I think the deaths are going to be pretty bad, and this isn't something they can control. It's lending itself to just be, oh, let's just stab people a bunch of times, which, people hate when Escape the Night does that. But to have creative deaths just in Minecraft is a little hard, but I think they're going to have some good ones, I hope. And then my biggest complaint, my biggest worry is that the big bad of the season is a warden, and I think that's really lame. Like, I think that Joey should have gotten a mod or paid a specific person to make a custom mob that would be original and not just like, oh, it's the Minecraft warden. It's kind of a weird thing, which I think also kind of adds to what I was saying about it feeling a little rushed. I don't know. I hope it turns out good. I think that it could turn out good, but I have my doubts. But it has a good cast. And I think that the whole like Empires SMP or like the Life series community will help bring Escape the Night to people's attention a little more. Bringing an already established set of people together in this was a really smart move. And I think that's really all I have to say. I made an Escape the Night deep dive video that you should go watch right now. It's not one of those videos where it's just like recapping everything that happened, really boring. I talk about my opinions a lot. Bye. God, some people.